All right, first part of the workout. So week of 1,000 plus pull-ups. That means I have to do 150 every day. So yesterday we did 150. We did an EMOM, so every minute on the minute for 30 minutes, 5 strict pull-ups, which is pretty aggressive in terms of intensity. So how do I manage intensity because the volume stays the same? We're gonna mix up how we hit the 150. So yesterday it was every minute on the minute for 30 minutes, 5 strict pull-ups. Today we'll do 3 strict pull-ups, rest 20 seconds for, trying to do the math, so that would be 45. So 15, we'll do 15 sets of that. And that's kind of like a quote warm-up. So that helps me keep my elbows a little bit healthier, manage my grip, manage keeping my hands from getting beat up, building huge calluses, tearing, all that stuff. So 15 sets of 3 will take us to 45. We will do, so 45, 90, 60. We'll do 12 sets of 5, and then we'll do another 15 sets of 3. So the sets of 3 will rest 20 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds between each set of 3. The sets of 5 will be on that EMOM structure, so every minute on the minute for 12 minutes, 5 strict pull-ups, and then we'll finish with another 15 rounds of 3. So all in all, brings us to 150. If I do 150 every day for 7 days, that brings us to more than 1,000. That's all, yeah. So we're gonna get started. This will be the first thing I do, and then we'll do row and burpee for our conditioning. So inside for the pull-ups today, outside for the conditioning.
I was blown away, what could I say? It all seemed to make sense. You're taking away everything, and I can't deal with that. I try to see the good in life, but good things in life are hard to find. Well, blow it away, can we make this something good?
All right, that's 45. So 5 minutes, 20 seconds to do 45. So now I'll be on that EMOM structure for 12 minutes, which should take us to 17, and then add like 6 minutes. So hopefully around 23 minutes to complete the 150 today. But that is, I rested like 20-ish seconds there as I was getting warmer. I started going faster, but at 6 minutes, we'll start our EMOM structure. So here. Yeah, so for 12 minutes now, every minute on the minute, we're doing 5 strict pull-ups.
Taking all I could take, and I cannot wait. We're wasting too much time being strong, holding on. Can't let it bring us down. My life with you means everything, so I won't give up that easily. I'll blow it away. Can we make this something good? 'Cause it's all misunderstood.
All right, that's another 60. So that felt pretty easy in terms of pace. That's what I held yesterday. So that's 105. So we have 45 more to go. I feel really good, like my elbows aren't hurting, my grip's there today, so I'm gonna really push the pace on these last 45 and just try to do them in like, honestly, I'm gonna try to hold like 9 on the minute. So like 3 every 20 seconds to bring it home today. Your best shot. Okay. With your best shot. All right. 22:35. So I did my math wrong. I was supposed to go, so I went 0 to 6 for the first 45, and then I was supposed to go 6 to 18, and I went to 16. So that means I was 10 reps shy. So instead of doing 60, I only did 50. And then I really pushed the intensity there on that last 45, but I had to do 10 more. So I just did sets of 3. My grip was starting to go there towards the end. I was going 3 every 20 seconds. So I did that for 5 minutes, and then realized that I was 10 reps short. So I had to do 4. I did 4 extra sets of 3. So total rep count 152 today. Again, 22 minutes, 35 seconds. So if you can, the goal is to like build this capacity into an hour to try and do, what would that be? So 150, 300, 450. Truett Haynes holds like a 7 pull-up on the minute pace when he does the world record. Obviously he's doing that for 24 hours, which is fucking insane. But that's essentially, I want to get to a point where I can hold 10 on the minute for an hour, which would be 600, which would be dope. 600 pull-ups in an hour would be insane. So we're gonna build. Feel good, I feel fresh. I didn't take much energy out of me, so 152 reps for the day, and now we will go outside and we have a conditioning interval. It's gonna be 20 calorie row, 20 burpees, and you're gonna do a 20-minute AMRAP. So it'll be 20 cal row, 20 burpee, rest a minute, and I'll go through that as many times as I can in the 20 minutes. So however many rounds I can get of that. But I'm gonna get done with pull-ups, so now I'm gonna go outside and get set up. Alright, hopefully you can hear me. Maybe not with the unit right behind me, but I decided to change it. So we're just gonna do a 20-minute AMRAP of rowing and burpees. So we'll call it, try to push the pace on the burpees and let the rower be where I recover and stay moving. Yeah, pretty simple. Row, burpee, 20 minutes.
I'm in a one step ahead, but I'm still behind where I thought I'd be by this time.
All right. It is hot. Let's see if I can get the lighting better. Okay. It is hot as fuck outside. Like, it rained earlier this morning, and if you have never been to Tennessee or if you're not from here, weather changes in like 30 minutes. So it was, I think, 62 and raining this morning, and now it's like 84, 85 and no clouds. So it's humid as fuck outside. I looked over at the clock at like minute 16, so I had like 4 minutes to go, and I felt like I was overheating. So I finished. As soon as I finished, I came back in and got in the shade for a little bit. So I'm done. I have to be a influencer and get a couple shots for a thumbnail, but other than that, we're done for the day. That took me about, I don't know where my phone's at. Yeah, that session took me about an hour and 40-ish. I don't even know if it took that hour and 30 minutes. So like an hour and a half at the most. And I got a shit ton of volume in. I got 150 pull-ups, 140 burpees, 140 calories on the rower. So a ton of volume in a short amount of time. Done for the day. Now I will go home and show you what I have for recovery. I'm gonna have a protein shake with some healthy carbs, no fat, and then I'll have a bison with rice meal. So I'm gonna show you that next.
Like an old abandoned house, what you said when you left just left me cold and out of breath. I fell too far, was in way too deep. Guess I let you get the best of me. Well, I never saw it coming. I should have started running a long, long time ago. And I never thought I'd doubt you. I'm better off without you. More than you know. I'm slowly getting closure. I guess it's really over. I'm finally getting better. And now I'm picking up the pieces. I'm spinning all of these years, putting my heart back together. The day I thought I'd never get through, I got over you.
All right, camera's dead, but wanted to show you guys what I'm having post-workout. So this will be my protein. I actually ran out, so I had to go pick up some, and I'm pressed for time. So I didn't get what I usually drink. I've been drinking Jocko Fuel, Jocko Willink's brand. I've been drinking that pretty regularly, but I opted for Chris Bumstead's brand, the Raw, or the brand he's associated with, Raw grass-fed whey isolate protein. This one is peanut butter banana flavored, so I'm gonna have 2 scoops. 1 scoop is 25 grams, so I'm gonna have 2 scoops of protein, so 50 grams of protein post-workout, and then I'm gonna run in here to Publix and get the groceries I need for the evening. All right, we're back in the kitchen. So I had to take a video with my phone to show you what I had for post-workout. So I had a protein shake. I had 2 scoops of this raw whey isolate, grass-fed whey isolate, 2 scoops of that, so 50 grams of protein. And yes, I'm about to dig through the trash to show you this. A Vita Coco, coconut water. So post-workout, before my workout, I had 1 scoop of G1M Sport, so 20 grams of carbohydrates. Hit my session. Afterwards, I had the protein shake with the coconut water, so 50 grams of protein, 23 grams of carbohydrates, so roughly, 43, roughly 45. I always do like a heaping scoop, so we'll say 45. 45 grams of carbs around my workout. This will be my first dinner. It's about 5 o'clock, so I'll have this. Simple meat and rice, something that's going to digest quickly because I need to eat again before I go to bed. So I'll have this 5 o'clock, and then around 7:30, I'll have my second dinner, my last meal. So I'm going to show you what I'm having here for this meal, the meat and rice. I have about 8 to 9 ounces of lamb chops and then 2 scoops of jasmine white rice. I will put the macros on the screen. But this is my first meal post-workout. I'll also show you my breakfast, or my first meal of the day. So I woke up, I had clients this morning. I had a protein shake with a banana. And once I got back from training clients, I had this meal. That was my first real meal of the day. So I had that shake and a banana. I had that meal, a turkey bagel sandwich with a bunch of fruit. I went and had a cappuccino. I went to the gym and worked out. Had another shake, some carbs. I'm now having this lamb and rice meal. And then I will show you what I'm having for dinner, my second dinner, next. All right, y'all, we're back. Dinner time. Dinner number 2. I am wearing my blue light blocking glasses. They're amber, so they're very dark, very red. I'm on that trend. They actually do help. As much as I stare at a screen, as much as much time I spend on a computer at night editing videos, working on my training business, I've definitely noticed a difference. My eyes get heavy and I can feel that fatigue set in when it's bedtime versus beforehand. I'd be staring at a screen. I would just feel like my eyes were burning. I was wired and would have trouble going to sleep. And then I think it would encourage me to grab my phone because I wouldn't feel as tired, but I knew I needed to go to bed, so then I'd be grabbing my phone. Regardless, the red light glasses, I am pro red light. They're not red light, blue light. Pro blue light glasses. I'm for the red lenses, I should say. But we're here for dinner. Dinner number 2 is going to be we got ground beef, black beans, and some avocado. So we got about 7 ounces of ground beef, a can of black beans, half an avocado. I'll put the macros on the screen. I just tallied up my macros. I keep a note of everything on the daily. So after this meal, I'll be at 230 grams of protein, 340 grams of carbohydrates, and about 70 grams of fat for the day. And I want to be around 3,600 calories. So I want to be around 215 protein, 480 carb, and 90 fat, which means I am a little, I just realized that the fan was on, so I hope you guys could hear me, but I'm not reshooting it. Not doing it. I'm not going over that stuff again. We're just going to deal with it. So yeah, 3,600 calories, 215 protein, 480 carb, 90 fat. Me being at 230 protein, 338 carb, and 70 fat means I need I need well over 100 grams of carbs. I'm not going to get that this close to bed, but it does mean I get to have a bowl of cereal, which is exciting. I probably do have a bowl of cereal, I would say twice a week. I'd say that's honest. That's an honest answer. Twice a week I have cereal because this is the scenario that I find myself in. I wait all day to eat carbs, and then I get to the end of the day and I need a big amount, a large amount. So I've got to be better about getting carbohydrates throughout the day so that I don't end up in this position, because we want to get as much whole food nutrition as possible. But to recap, today for my carbs, I had a banana, I had a bagel, a bunch of fruit, I had my carb powder, I had a coconut water, some white rice, I'm about to have some black beans. So the majority of my carbohydrates has come from Whole Foods, which is why we're running a little low on the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and we're running low on Cocoa Puffs. We're like completely out of Cocoa Puffs. I do have Cinnamon Toast Crunch, got a little bit of that left, and then I have this like blueberry bran crunch. Oh, it's actually not that bad. It's not that bad. Honestly, I think what I'm gonna do is mix the blueberry bran crunch and what I have left of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm gonna mix those two together because I think that will equate to about the amount I need, and chocolate with either of those just sounds gross. So yeah, I'm gonna have my beef, beans, and avocado And then pretty much immediately after, I'm gonna have the cereal because it's 8 o'clock and I need to get in bed. So that wraps up a day of training. That wraps up a day of food. The next video is going to be me going over macros. I want to help you guys understand macros. I feel like it's something that can't be talked about enough. There's 1,000 videos out there on macros, but I'm gonna do my own. I'm gonna try to make it as simple a process as I can. But I also wanna give you guys a lot of education, a lot of help in terms of how to structure your day. I think that's what we talk about macros and like what to get in terms of amounts. Hey, you need this much protein, you need this much carb and fat, but a lot of people don't talk about how to structure your day. You know, when you have an 8-hour work day, or when you've got responsibilities outside of yourself, you've got family, career, kids, marriage, business, whatever it is, you get all these things that require your time. How do we create a structure that allows us to get our macros? I think that's something that I can touch on and be something I can touch on, give you guys value, and maybe help you. This is the hard part about making videos, is sometimes you don't know what to say. I think creating structure, helping you guys create structure, is where I can offer some value. So just helping you plan your day to where you can hit your macros from the time that you get up to the time that you go to bed, and the macros that are going to get you the goals that you want, helping you understand what's the ratio, how to set that ratio of protein, carbs, and fats so that you can build muscle, lose fat, whatever it may be. But that wraps up the day, and I will see you in the next video.